This is the Pekinese stitch for hand embroidery. Here's what a few finished stitches might look like. As you can see, the effect you'll get will vary depending on how many strands of floss you use, how close together you make your stitches, and how many colors you're working with. Start by outlining your shape with backstitch. I'll speed up this portion of the video, but I do have an in-depth tutorial on backstitch if you need it. I'll link it in the description. Once you've finished your back stitching, bring up your floss just next to one of the holes from a back stitch. Skip that back stitch and bring your needle underneath the next back stitch up. Do not pierce your fabric or your floss. Weave your needle underneath that first back stitch that you skipped and underneath your new floss and pull. You'll continue this method of weaving, going underneath, then back around and underneath again until you've finished your line of stitching. I'm using two colors here because I think it's easier to follow, but you can use the same color floss for this stitch if you like. Likewise, I'm using just 3 strands of floss here, but you can use as many strands as you like. In the example I showed at the top of this video, I played around with different strand counts and colors so I could show all the different ways this stitch might look. When you're learning a brand new stitch, it can help to create a mini sampler of that stitch where you play around with different variations to get a better sense of all the ways you could use that stitch in future projects. For this example, I'm pulling my loops pretty tightly, but you can also choose to leave them a bit more loose. I'm also taking my needle from the inside out and back in again, but you could go in the opposite direction for a slightly different effect too. Once you're done, you can secure your floss by taking it through your fabric and just underneath your first stitches.